right, good evening and welcome to the Poliscope on Dominion Television, where we examine governance, representation, and the issues shaping the future of our communities. And tonight, we focus on a very important question. How well are the people truly benefiting from these elected to represent them at the floor of the House? In a democracy, representation goes beyond occupying political offices. It is measured by visibility, acceptability, empowerment, infrastructural growth, and the ability to lead of leaders to respond to the yearnings of the people. And across Nigeria, citizens are increasingly demanding accountability and tangible development from those entrusted with their mandate. Tonight, we beam our searchlight on Ibadan Northwest Southwest Federal Constituency as we evaluate developmental impact, political representation, and the expectations of the people ahead of another electoral cycle. My guest this evening is no other person than an astute politician, a grassroots one at that, Honorable Samson Okwemi Fatola. He's a chieftain of the People's Democratic Party who has remained active in grassroots politics and community development within the constituency. Reports over the years have linked him with several community support initiatives and developmental engagement within Ibadan Southwest Federal Constituency. Stay with us as we examine whether representation in Ibadan Northwest Southwest has truly translated into meaningful development for the people of that constituency. Now, the relationship between the people and their representatives remain one of the strongest pillars of democracy. Citizens elect leaders with expectation that governance will bring development closer to them, to the grassroots, improve living standards and create opportunities for growth, especially amongst the youths. However, across many constituencies in Nigeria, questions continue to arise over whether political representation is genuinely delivering the dividends of democracy to the people. Ibadan Northwest Southwest Federal Constituency has remained politically significant in Oyo State. If you fact-checked with history, and often attracting intense political activities and strong voter participation. Over the years, the constituency has witnessed different phases of representation under various political actors, with recurring debates surrounding infrastructure, youth empowerment, education, healthcare, security, and community engagement. While some residents argue that there have been visible improvements in certain areas, others believe there are still wide gap between campaign promises and the realities faced by ordinary citizens. Concerns over unemployment, poor community infrastructure, and the need for broader economic opportunities continue to dominate the discussions among constituents. And that's where Honorable Fatola comes in. As preparations towards future elections gradually gathers momentum, conversations around credibility, acceptability, and performance have become more important than ever. Voters are no longer satisfied with rhetoric alone. They are increasingly demanding measurable impact and people-oriented leadership. And my guest this evening, Honorable Samson Okwemi Fatola, who happens to be a namesake, is one of the political figures seeking to shape the conversation around representation and development within the constituency. He has previously spoken about grassroots politics, community development, and support for the developmental agenda of the People's Democratic Party in Oyo State. And reports have also associated him with community security interventions and local developmental projects within that particular space. So, this evening on the Poliscope, we will critically examine the developmental realities of Ibadan Northwest Southwest Federal Constituency, assess the role of elected representatives, and discuss what truly constitutes effective representation in a democratic society. So, thank you for joining us on the Poliscope this evening. It will be another interesting and engaging edition, as I have the honor of hosting one of the foremost grassroots politicians in Oyo State, and someone who has the goodwill of the people at heart. He's been doing that for a long time, supporting the people in his constituency, and it feels like this is the right time for him to show up and do the right thing by the people of his federal constituency. Honorable Samson Okwemi Fatola, good to have you on the show.
Good evening.
Thank you for joining us on the Poliscope.
It is my pleasure.
It is going to be a very interesting conversation this evening.
Yes.
I've heard so much about you, and I read so much about you, being one of the foremost philanthropists in your constituency, having done so much for the people there, and you just chose, this is the time for me to represent them and bring home the dividends of democracy. And many people describe you as grassroots politician. So how would you define your connection with the people of your constituency?
Thank you very much. The journey started a very long time ago. We have not just started. I think my trajectory in politics was dated back to 2010.
2010?
Yes, 2010.
That's about 16 years ago. That's a long time.
That was a long time ago. And then I was in a Accord party, vying for the same position. Unfortunately, I wasn't given ticket by my party, and I had to port to another party where I was given the opportunity to contest, and that party is DPP, Democratic People's Party. Then I lost that election, and the journey continued. 2019, I decided not to come out. 2022, I participated in the primary election under PDP. I joined PDP in 2022. And if you ask me, what informed my decision to be part of this politicking, this movement? It is because there's a lacuna. What do I mean by lacuna? Like a space. You see, whatever is filled does not need anything to fill it out.
Right.
But I identify that space where people, I discover people are not adequately, or let me say, responsibly represented in terms of delivering the
evidence of democracy to the people.
Yes, that informed that decision. And when you ask me what's my connection with the people, I started in Accord. With that initiative, I formed a movement. You see, beyond all the rhetorics, my entrance into politics is to redefine the existing practice, to deviate from the standard norms, and actually inform people what democracy is all about. And I'm not going to delve into that. I'm just giving you like a background idea of what informed my decision. In politics. Now, if we talk in terms of my initiative, when I was in Accord, it's on record. I gave out about 222 scholarships to students of
222 scholarships.
220.
To your constituents.
Yes, 220 scholarship. Scholarship for 222 students in Asasuncia College of Education. That's in Molete. They have their satellite campus in Molete there. And we did a lot of program back then, distributing free eyeglasses, community development, and all that. We did quite a lot. But unfortunately, we were not given the opportunity to really showcase
what you had in stock for them.
What you had in stock for them. But you cannot. You cannot force yourself on the people. You have to be chosen by them. And then I wasn't given the chance to actually prove myself. And now, PDP saw that potential in me and gave me that opportunity. Now I have the ticket to showcase what I have. And this is a time to rewrite the history of how politics should be played, to redefine it, to actually let people know that they're being shortchanged over the years, because we're really going to expose a lot of things in terms of representation.
What you should look like.
What you should look like, what it's all about. It's just like this. When you send somebody on an errand, you need the feedback. Yes, nobody is saying that lawmakers should be going door to door telling them this and that. There are ways you do that in a developed country. Regular town hall meetings. Okay. You are the voice of the people. You are the voice of the voiceless. You want to take their voice to the halls of National Assembly, telling them, this is what my people are complaining about. These are their cries. These are their yearnings. Their voice should be heard.
All right, Honorable Fatola, we still have a lot to talk about on that particular topic because I was about to ask you a question that really relates with what you are talking about. But let's go on a very quick break.
Okay.
And when we return, we will be more expressive about what you have done, your antecedent, and why you chose to do it, even though you are not occupying any public office at that time. So let's go on a quick break. And when we return, the Poliscope continues on Dominion Television. We'll be back.
Need a professional space to bring your vision to life? Dominion Television Studios offers state-of-the-art facilities perfect for your next broadcast, commercial, corporate video, or live event. With flexible rental options, cutting-edge equipment, and a supportive team, we provide the perfect environment for high-quality productions. Unleash your creativity. For bookings, email us at marketing@dominion.org.ng. Call us on 0705 506 1061 or 0916 101 1061. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and TikTok at Dominion Broadcast and on X at Dominion Cast. Book your space today. Dominion Television, your channel of choice.
Live from the heart of the action. Welcome to the nerve center of Next Level Broadcasting.
This is the OB van, where the studio meets the street.
Equipped with cutting-edge cameras, crystal clear audio, real-time switching, and broadcast control, we don't just capture moments, we deliver the experience live.
Anywhere, anytime, from stadiums to red carpets, breaking news to buzzing festivals, weddings, birthdays, and all sorts of ceremonies. We bring the world to your screen in real time.
It's not just a van, it's a complete mobile production house, a command center, a broadcast beast.
This is more than a broadcast. This is the OB van difference. Live, loud, limitless.
Ready to go live? Like never before. Book the OB van today and take your event to the world. One powerful broadcast at a time.
To book, call 0705 506 1061 or 0916 101 1061. Email marketing@dominion.org.ng or visit our socials on Instagram at Dominion Broadcast.
Dominion Broadcast, your channel of choice.
Need a professional space to bring your vision to life? Dominion Television Studios offers state-of-the-art facilities perfect for your next broadcast, commercial, corporate video, or live event.
All right, welcome back. It is still the Poliscope on Dominion Television, and you have been hanging out with Samson Balogun. And I have the honor of hosting Honorable Samson Okwemi Fatola, who happens to be an namesake anyway. So we'll talk about that after the show. But we are having a very important conversation And that has to do with why it feels like this is the time for him to showcase what he has for the people of Ibadan, Southwest and Northwest Federal Constituency, and his antecedents so far. Because for most politicians, we see some people come out of the blue and then, run for office, buy their way through the system, and then go for 4 years. And by 3 years, they come back and start giving you reasons why you should vote for them again. But for someone like him who has been at the grassroots level, who has mobilized, who has created a movement, this is something we want to talk about. So what informed your decision to run for House of Reps at this time? That is one. Two, why did you choose the PDP as a political party? I'm asking you this because we've had a lot of issues with a lot of information and news about the PDP as a political party. In fact, recently there was a kind of a PD-APM arrangement in Oyo State where some people said, there is PDP/APM merger or coalition where they have come together to form a bond for the next general election. So are you part of the same movement? Or you are going to dispel such rumors and say, look, I'm not a part of this, and PDP as a political party, in quotes, is still alive in Oyo State?
Thank you. Your first question, what informed my decision
to run for office at this time?
I'm just going to summarize that in one word: service to the people. Or let me say service to humanity. I want to serve. I want to serve responsibly. I want to serve the way one should serve, by actually or properly deliver the dividends of democracy, which the people of my constituency have been suffering from.
Are yearning for?
Yes, for a very long time. It's all about service. It's not. It is beyond the norms of, distributing rice and goats and rams during festive season. It's way beyond that. It's way beyond that. It's all about you sponsoring. You see, the role of lawmakers is quite different from the role of a governor.
Right.
Because it's all about, you sponsor bills that eventually will translate into law. And law is, a society that is not being regulated by laws will fall into a state of anarchy. And what do we do in the National Assembly? What do they do? It's you sponsoring bills that will impact the lives of your people. And let me just give you just
an instance.
Look at the people of my constituency. Let's talk about the senior citizen. In this country, if you are above 60, and probably your life is, you live a wasted life, or probably you don't have children that are well to do. You just die. You live a life of penury because nobody cares about you. There's no provision. There's nothing. Nothing from the government. Nothing. There's nothing like.
You're on your own.
You're on your own.
Just like people will say on the street. Yes,
you're on your own. But in a developed world, senior citizens. They from the age of 62 to 62 and above, you have senior citizens, and they enjoy certain benefits from the government. Whether you have worked for the government before or not, their funds are specifically designed for such program, whereby you collect money every month from the government. You collect. There's a Medicaid that gives you health insurance. That gives you health coverage. That is full stamp.
Enough for your survival.
Enough for your survivor. You collect full stamp every month. With your full stamp, you can go to the store, to any mall, and collect food items and all that for the whole month. And you get some change as well too. And even to go to the hospital, there's this they call it Metro Access, where I live for a very long time. Bus will come and pick you up from your house and take you to the hospital and bring you back. That gives the citizens a sense of belonging. That's number one. Look at in my constituency. We have artisans. What do I mean by artisans? You see all these carpenters, bricklayers, and all that. They go to work daily, and they go to work daily, and some of them got involved in an accident, and nothing happens afterwards.
And that's the end.
See, myself, I'm going to sponsor a bill that probably will take care of that. And you ask me how? That's what you call Workmen Compensation Act. None of such in this country. I've actually written 121 bills. If I'm elected, I don't have to go around.
You have 121 bills right now.
Written already.
Waiting to be presented on the floor of the House.
So I'm prepared. It's not that probably I'll get there and start.
You are not
thinking
scrambling for
no,
anything. You are
nothing.
prepared.
I'm just dishing out my plans for you. Workmen compensation bill. What does that mean? If you're a contractor seeking to collect contract for the government, it's going to be a requirement that you must have what is called insurance, workmen compensation insurance, that insured people that are going to be working on your site. So if peradventure they fall from the ladder or anything, they are covered. They are covered for the rest of their life. It's not like probably you fall from the ladder and
They are not left alone.
they are not left alone and all that. We're going to do something like that. Look at, for our youth, we have youth that graduate from university, and after that, after the NYC, they are left with no jobs and all that. They are walking around doing all sorts of things and all that. We are going to have something like unemployment benefits. That probably when you are on that program for like a year, or like a year, you are going to be collecting certain amount of money from the government until you get a job. It's going to be a law. We are going to sponsor bits like that. So youth empowerment. See, if you look at my constituency, for instance, go to Ring Road, Mobi right there. We call it a red zone. In the Western world, it's called red zone, where people smoke marijuana, different kind of drugs and all that. It has become a depot.
That's the hub for nightlife in Ibadan.
Yes. It's not even a it's not even a hub for nightlife. It has become a depot for
all sorts.
All sorts. You go in there, you can buy. You buy any kind of drugs. It's in my plan that if I'm elected to represent the people of my constituency, that place will be turned to a rehab center. We are going to, and that is part of the oversight function. Apart from lawmaking, lawmakers have what is called oversight function.
Oversight function.
Yes. So we are going to, through federal government initiative, to have a rehab center there. You see, you know one thing. You know one thing about all these drug addicts. Even if you are going to rehab them, like take them to another location and all that, the moment you see part of the thing is for them not to go back to that spot again, because when they go back to that spot, it reminds them of what
they used to do.
And they will go back and they will go back to that. We are going to have that there. But mobile, we have a lot of hotspots in Ibadan here, in Ibadan Southwest and Northwest constituency, that I have. It is in my plan that if I'm elected, all those spots will be turned to
rehab centers.
Because when you look at our country has no future. You ask me how. The bedrock of any nation is the youth.
That covers about 60% of Nigeria's population right now.
Over
60%.
And their life are being wasted away. I've had an encounter with youth that are very brilliant. They were once brilliant students in the university, and they went into this thing and they lost their mind. We have tons of them like that. Where are we heading to in this country? This country is just sitting on a keg of gunpowder, because this old generation will pass away. Who are you transferring
the mantle to?
Irresponsible youth that don't have a clear-cut idea of how to run their lives, not to even how to run a nation. It's a very serious problem, and that problem is very fundamental. It needs to be addressed. It goes beyond you going to the house and you come back every Ramadan time, giving them rams, goat, and all that. It is not impacting any lives. It's just a temporary relief. I know even these rams and goats are being distributed. How many people have benefited from that? Just a fraction of the few. Maybe less
mostly politicians.
Yes, mostly politicians. Less than 2% or 3%. That is not what is called representation. It goes beyond that. But the thing is, people are not asking questions. That's the thing. I mean,
how do you intend to solve that problem?
We are going to be having regular town hall meetings. Whereby every 3 months or 6 months, I will tell you, this is what is being discussed on your behalf. This is what I've gotten on your behalf. Mine is going to be all-inclusive governance. I mean, all-inclusive governance.
Regardless of political affiliation.
That's it. This is the thing. Now tell me, what are you suffering from in your own area? We take all these cries to the whole of Abuja. That is what is called representation. Because the thing is, you are going to ask them questions, and they're going to ask you questions too. What we sent you the other time, did you deliver a message? Yes, I did deliver your message, and this is the response. We are working on it. It has passed the first stage, going to the second stage, and all that. So they will be constantly updated on what is going on.
Okay, let me ask you this question. We'll still come back to a few more of that.
Your second question.
Okay, please take that.
You are talking about PDP, APM alliance.
PDP,
nothing of such. And I want to dispel that rumor. It's just a kangaroo arrangement between those in government now.
In Oyo State.
In Oyo State. It's a kangaroo, or it's just a misguided arrangement, just to confuse the populace. That's something like that.
It's just an illusion.
Yes. PDP remains on its own. And it remains the only party in Nigeria that has not changed its name, right, since 1998. Other parties have gone through several
Evolution.
Yes,
And
evolution, mergers and all that. Yes, truly, during election, I mean, in a time like this, when the election activity is coming up, we have a thesis and antithesis that will coalesce to form a synthesis. Yes, there will be a realignment and alignment of political forces trying to like upstage or turn things around. Yes, but when it now comes to a smaller party talking about
trying to take over a bigger political party.
No, it's not possible. PDP is too big for such an arrangement, and if such is going to happen, it's going to come from the national headquarters, from the NWC.
Not at state level.
Not at the state level. You see, our governor used the platform to become whoever he is today. Just like now, that I'm using PDP platform to become whatever and whatever. Party supremacy. Nobody is bigger than the party. Party is bigger than anybody, irrespective of who you are, whether you're a billionaire or trillionaire or whatever. Party supremacy. You can be displaced by a common ward chairman of a party. That's how it is. But see, the thing is, when people get into government, they got bifurcated with power. You know, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. You know, you see, when they get there, because you become all in all. I mean, you can tell somebody that put him right there for the next 1 year.
You can even remove your party chairman.
That's right.
By influence.
So when you are drunk with power, you believe you are untouchable. But you have seen what I mean. You saw what happened.
That's the case in Oyo State.
That's the case in Oyo State.
Okay. All right. Let me push this question to you because I've gotten to speak with some of your followers, and they have thanked you to be one of the most accessible people in their constituency. So, how important is connecting with the people to you, and how have you done that over the years? That you are regarded as the most accessible of them all.
It's very easy. Accessibility. That's the bane of governance, because mine is going. Even in my own private capacity, I run an open door policy. I founded a school in 2005. This Ibadan. Yes, a primary and secondary school, and I have several businesses. All my workers, they have access to me. You don't have to go through somebody. You don't have to go through somebody to get to me. Same thing should be same thing. And politics it should be like that. But the thing is, it's always like that before you get that mantle of leadership. And the moment they get there, then you have to go through a certain protocol. Probably you go through a PA, this and all that, so it becomes difficult for people to really access you. And that has been the problem. And it has caused mistrust between politicians and even the electorate. When you go out now to campaign, oh no. That's how you people are. When you want the power, you come around, you go around begging and all that. Then when you get there, boom. Then you put dogs and all. You put dogs and among people in front of the gate, or even but it would not be your base again. Probably you'll be living in Lagos or Abuja. You're staying in Abuja permanently.
Some even leave their federal constituencies or state constituencies to live.
Some of them don't even have a house in their own constituency. So you are representing by North and Southwest, and you are living in Abuja or in Lagos or Southeast. So so people don't get to see them. Mine will be different. I have houses in Ward 12, Ward 9, Ward 10. If you can't see me here, you see me here.
So you are rooted in your federal constituency.
I'm rooted. I'm well rooted.
Okay. Some people someone asked this question and way before now and sent me and said, look, you are hosting this man. So what would be his top priorities if elected? As a member of the Federal House of Representatives come 2027, what would be your top priorities for your constituency?
Thank you. I told you, the functions of lawmakers are in two phases: lawmaking, the oversight function. The first part, I'm going to sponsor responsible bills that will impact the lives of my people. There are so many things that need to be regulated. There are so many things. Even the real estate sector in Ibadan needs to be regulated. Look at problems or hardship people are facing.
Agents milking citizens and the residents of
There's no regulation. Yeah. Some of them will charge you 10%. Some will charge 20% on a 1 year rent. You are renting a house for 500,000 naira and you are paying 1.3 million to to move in. That's ridiculous. But why is that happening? No regulation. Bills should be sponsored to correct that misnomer. There's so many things. I can keep on telling you, we don't have time. I can keep on, if I sit down here with you, I'll mention
There's
about...
always something to talk about.
Yeah, about over 100 things that need to be corrected. You see, Nigerian society, even though we have laws and order and all that, but it's a disorder. I mean, the level of disorderliness here is so much that you can, I mean, sometimes you just ease and say, what's all this? Even on environment, even on infrastructure, there's so many things. Things are not being regulated. And that is the purpose of lawmaking. You sponsor bills that will regulate all these inadequacies in the society. Now, then the other one, I told you about qualitative education, youth empowerment, infrastructure, empowerment, things like that. That okay. They collect constituency allowance or allowances. What are they using it for? If I mean, you and I know that this thing is being used to sponsor people to Hajj or to Jerusalem.
Or maybe buy salarams for
how does that affect you and I? How does that impact the community? How does that solve Nigerian problem? Much emphasis is being placed on religion. Yes, I'm a Christian. And yes, I believe in God and all that. I'm godly, but I'm not... You're
not dogmatic about it.
Yeah, I'm not dogmatic about it. I mean, we are talking about addressing the plight of the people. And the only time they get to feel you is during this festive period. And you know, you see, Nigerians are very easy to govern, honestly speaking.
Are you part of those who think Nigerians are not asking for too much?
They're not. And I will explain that to you. Nigerians are very, very easy to govern. You see, they're careless about you stealing their billions or trillions. Just give them what they're asking for.
What's necessary?
3 basic meals every day. I can go out and afford to eat breakfast, lunch, dinner. To move from point A to point B. Easily. That's what they're asking for. When you give them all these things, but see, you are not giving them all these things and you are stealing their money. You are not giving them all these things. That's what they're asking for. And Nigerians, they are quick to forget things. Look at what they have gone through in the past. They are forgotten. They are forgetting what Abacha did to them. They are forgetting what this one did to them and all that. That's Nigerians. And the reason why our politicians are taking advantage of them. When you look at people that vote, the people that vote, how many elite votes in this country? A country of about over 200
I was coming to that question, so let me make it more elaborate, okay, because I have something on that. We have different kinds of voters in Nigeria, the elite class, who rarely come out to vote. Those people who really do not know too much, but they are the ones determining the futures of our children and everyone out there. And we have the not so concerned set of people. They don't care. Yeah. Usually you find them playing football or maybe hanging out on a day where there's an election. So. And we also have the teeming youth who have formed a movement recently. Usually you find them on social media. And according to Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, former president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who is also running on your platform, the PDP, depending on which faction of the PDP is running on, said something about the fact that you have been yearning for quality governance. But most of you do not have a voter's card. Most of you did not register. So how do you intend to do your mobilization? We have different kinds of voters. Usually the other class, which is the aged ones, are easy to convince, especially by the buy-it-all politicians. They convince them, buy their vote, and then bully them out of polling units and then all that. We have the elite who would rather stay at home, feeling that they want to stay untouched, unblemished, they don't want to vote. And we have the youth who usually are undecided until the election day. So what is your strategy? How do you intend to bring everyone to the same table? Or what have you been doing to bring everyone to the same table to make them see the greater good which you have in stock for them?
Mobilization. Very simple. We have started that already. Mobilizing people to get their PVCs. That's the power that you have to change things, to turn things around. I mean, for crying out loud, you're talking about bad governance and all that. This one is doing this and all that. And you sit back in your house, doing nothing to change that. The PVC is the first step. Well, see, look at our youth in this country. The youth in this country, 70%. How many of them have PhD? The youth population alone is enough to turn things around in this country. But the thing is, politicians have found them handy tools to use during the election. And they found them an easy tool to use during election time. They are not together. They are divided. The moment the youth in this country can come together, even form a party, even to form a political party, they will change this around. But can they do that? No. Because some of them are being used too
as political tools.
As political tools to create fear. I mean, they're being used negatively to create fear. They are expending their energy on wrong thing. So in my own situation, I'm mobilizing because like you said, voters are divided. You have the elites, the non-elites. You have the ones that probably don't. I mean, just talking nonchalant, just talk
usually on social media.
That's our target, and we'll be doing that successfully. That's our target. We mobilize them to INEC. Okay, the INEC portal is open now. It's about time for you. I mean, you to get a voter's card, but that's the only thing that you have to turn things around. Your voter's card is your power, and it's worth more than 1 million or 2 million. So don't sell it for 100. Don't sell it for 5,000 or 10,000 naira. You know, some people sell their vote for 5,000 or 10,000 naira, and that's 10,000 naira for the next 4 years. And you have the gut to say that one governor or one lawmaker is stealing constituency allowance. Why don't you give him money? Why can't you all decide unanimously that this time around it's all about the antecedent of whoever is going to represent them? Ask questions. What have you done before in your private capacity? If they tell you, I've never been in politics before, okay, in your private capacity, what have you done? Ask questions. When you ask questions, you know. Then you can you can judge your whatever you got
and juxtapose.
And juxtapose, you know. So these are the things, and these are the things I've been telling my people. Apart from convincing them to vote for us, we educate them on why you should get involved in politics. You are not part of it, and you are talking about a change. How do you effect a change? Okay, look at it for instance. Let me give you an instance. The APC is talking about Renew Hope agenda, and I'll tell you why I said people don't ask questions. They talk about the Renew Hope agenda, and it has taken over all the country. Even the youth are they're talking about it.
They are now part of that movement.
Now, my question is this: how do you renew hope in a hopeless situation? You see, Nigerians they've been cajoled into this hope greed. They give you an expectation of what is about to happen. I mean, they make you dream like, it's just like you kneeling down before a prophet, and it tells you, oh, I foresee you being a rich man in the future. Oh, you're going to be great. You're going to be this.
And you want to live your life based on that.
Based on that, hope greed. And that is what the politicians are using to renew hope agenda. How do you renew hope in a country where people are facing a hopeless situation? People don't have hope. If you ask a commoner on the streets, or a common man on the street, or the youth, say, oh, Nigeria is finished. Nigeria is this. They have lost confidence. They have lost hope. And now you are talking about renew hope agenda. That's a misplaced priority. That's a misnomer. Now another one came about reset. Reset agenda. I think that's the governor, president governor. I think he's talking about reset Nigeria or something like that agenda. Now, how do you reset? How do you reset a system that is
non-existent?
That's non-existent. That means you're talking about. For such to happen,
overhaul.
It's going to be complete overhaul. Overhaul the system, and no politician has a will to do that. That's fake.
Okay, before you go on, let me open the phone lines very quickly. We still have 1 or 2 more minutes before we go. Let's see if we can pick 1 or 2 phone calls. And I would like to have the phone number displayed on the screen and see if we can have 1 or 2 phone calls and then take a few comments before we go on the show this evening. The show is still the Poliscope on Dominion Television, and I have had the honor of hosting Honorable Samson Okwayemi Fatola, who is aspiring and, of course, is the candidate of the PDP to represent Ibadan, Northwest and Southwest Federal Constituency. It has been a wonderful session so far. But then let's have the phone numbers displayed on the screen. And intermittently, before we go, okay, the studio line to call is +234 91651 22000. That will be 091651 22000 for people in Nigeria, and the other one for people who are actually abroad who want to be a part of the conversation this evening. The show is still the Poliscope, and I have, you will permit me from the PCR, I have at least one more question before we go and take at least one phone call, and I will really thank you for that. Now, there's this growing agitation in Nigeria about divisions in political parties. We have seen factionalization in political parties. The ADC is grappling with theirs. Had primaries in Oyo State, produced 2 different candidates. The PDP also with a little bit of issues, and we have a particular faction saying they are doing PDAPM, while you said earlier that there's nothing like that. The PDP is still PDP. The APC also have had their fair share of disagreement, and there are some other political parties too who are also having this issue. Even SDP at the national level, they have had to skim some of the people out of the whole game. So the problem with political parties in Nigeria, how do you see it? And how much challenge does it pose for 2027? Because we are still seeing different court cases here and there. Is it going to become a challenge for your political party and some other political parties come 2027? How do you intend to solve these court cases before the deadline?
It is not a problem. So I think I said it earlier. I said at times like this in politics, you have different kind of alliances. The thesis, the antithesis, will coalesce to form a synthesis. That's the merger. Okay, the thesis are probably people that have the same ideology. And that's how APC was formed. You know, the
Congress of for
yes,
Progressive Change
the
of the Buhari then, and then the ACN of
and all that.
Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
That's what you are witnessing in a different dimension. And winning election is all about strategy. All these political parties have their own strategy. You have people talking about, oh, Tinubu has a hand in all this that's going on. Well, I mean...
Are you also one of those who believe he's the one disturbing all these political parties?
I wouldn't say 100%, but I think...
he has a hand in all that.
He has a hand in all that. I mean, you know, he's a chess player. And politics is all about you knowing how to play the game of chess very well. And so far, so good. His own strategy has been working. PDP too has their own strategy as well. And the reason why we remain
quiet to some extent. We remain on our own. We are not in alliance with anybody. We have been winning election on our own without merging with any political party. APC has never won any election on their own. They merged with different kind of parties before they formed the APC. During the time of PDP rule in Nigeria, they formed no alliance with no political party. They won election on their own, and it remains just like that. So all these things going on, court cases here and there, faction and all that, at the end of the day, they will agree. That's politics. They are eating up the polity, you know, like eating up. I mean, giving people things to talk about. Okay. It is one big family. That is one thing people don't understand. Okay, I think we have a phone call. Hello? Hello? Okay, I think we lost that. Please, the studio line is still open for 1 or 2 more minutes before we call it a day on this show this evening. You were saying something about...
it is one big family. Political graduates, they belong to one family, irrespective of your political party, whether you're in PDP, APC, APM, whatever. It's all the same. It's all the same. When you look at that, I mean, you have recycling of
politicians moving from one political party to the other.
To do that, to realize their ambition. And giving people stories, things to talk about.
So you mean it's not really about political parties anymore, it's about the people in the political party?
It's about them. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's about them. It's not about the people. It's about them. It's about how do I realize my ambition? How do I get this or that? I mean, you could see Peter Obi moving from one party to the other because he wants
to realize his ambition. Okay, let's pick this phone call shortly before we go. Hello? Hello? Oh, we lost that too. All right, let me take this particular comment from some of our followers on this show this evening. I think we have this one who is asking. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Hello?
Hello, good evening. You're on to the Poliscope.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Hello, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can. You are on to the Poliscope on Dominion Television.
Thank you so much. That's been a wonderful show so far. And I've actually seen a lot of valid points being raised, but I'm so concerned about what should be the expectations of the people. What should be the expectations of these people? Because, you know, at this time, a lot of people are making promises. They are dissecting the current government and showing their lapses. But actually, what should be the expectation of the people from you?
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Well, I think that wraps up my final question on the show. He's just said what I was about to say, and you can give him a response. He says, what will be the expectation of the people from you as a representative of people of the Northwest and Southwest Federal Constituency?
I would deliver on my promises, on my electoral promises. I promise responsible lawmaking, proper representation. I promise qualitative education. I promise infrastructure. I promise empowerment. Healthcare. I promise healthcare. And I'm going to deliver on all these things. And not only delivering on all these things, bills are going to be sponsored on all these things to make sure the lives of average Nigerian
are touched by your bills.
By my bills. And that's the thing. You're going to see it. Because one thing is, I'm not going to sit back. You are going to ask questions. Maybe in the next week, I'm going to come back again and tell you what I've achieved so far in the last 6 months. Because every day they sit in the National Assembly discussing about issues that are affecting Nigerians. Or, yes, the issues as it affects each constituency in Nigeria. So, when you ask your representative, what have you discussed on our behalf?
And what are you doing to better our lives?
And what are you doing to better our lives? Ask questions. And that's the reason why regular town hall meetings
necessary.
Honorable Samson Okwemi Fatola, I really wished we had more time to be more explicit about this, but I do hope to bring you back some other time and talk more about some of these critical issues. We have been able to scratch beyond the surface a little bit, but there's more to talk about. We'll be able to break down education, talk about healthcare, what you have seen abroad and why you think that should be replicated right here in Nigeria. Yes. We'll talk about that shortly, and we'll bring you back on the show just before the election and have an exclusive conversation with you. Thank you for being a part of the show this evening.
It's my pleasure.
It has been a wonderful session with you. And as the conversation around governance and accountability continues, one thing remains clear. Democracy works best when elected representatives remain connected to the people and committed to measurable development. And as rightly said by some of our commenters on this show this evening, said he's been here and there, and of course he's accessible. That for me is a testament to what he's done so far. And the people of Ibadan, Northwest Southwest Federal Constituency, like many Nigerians, desire leadership that goes beyond political slogans to deliver practical solutions, sustainable empowerment, and the visible progress they are looking for. Many thanks to my guest, Honorable Samson Okwemi Fatola, for sharing his thoughts on perspectives and representation on development and the future of the constituency. Thank you for staying with us on the Poliscope on Dominion Television. I am Samson Balogun, reminding you that democracy thrives when the people remain informed, engaged, and actively involved in governance. And when he came into the studio, he did not come alone. A big thank you to his crew members. Chicago, thank you for doing this. And see you again next time. And until next week, same time, same station, same host. So, bye for now.